Officer's point of view. 12:38, January 12th, 54. We were called in on a complaint from the neighbors about some screaming. Oh God, this scene. There was blood spattering the walls. The victim had his body almost ripped in half. I looked at my partner with a look of pure terror. I clicked on my radio. Officer Clark, we need backup and a body bag. There was a response, but I couldn't hear it.
Clark.
I looked over to see my partner. Amanda was her name. Her face was completely pale.
There's no one living in the neighbor's house. This is the only occupied house in the entire neighborhood.
She walked into the house, shivering lightly. If no one lives in the neighbor's home, then who called us? I looked around to see a phone hanging off the wall. I walked over to it, careful not to touch the body, when I froze, hearing a young voice.
I didn't mean to. I couldn't.
I spun around to see a young girl. Her hair was jet black, her skin a light gray, and she was missing an arm and eye. The eye that was missing had blood trailing down it. To go with that, she wore a blue nightgown, of which had 4 stab marks. She was crying. She looked so upset. I felt a bit of pity.
I never realized what I looked like. I didn't know what I was like. Then he gave me this.
She showed a mirror. It had black, blue, and red stones lining it.
And I guess I couldn't. I just couldn't.
She stared at the top half of the corpse for a few seconds. She looked at me more mournfully.
I couldn't stop myself. Then I remembered that I couldn't let her see this.
She broke down, falling onto the ground in tears. Did you call us? I asked, slowly approaching her, to make sure he was found before someone else did. I leaned down to see her better.
Yeah, his little cousin was visiting and my little sister found my body. I couldn't let that type of thing happen again.
She wiped away her tears.
It's stupid, to be honest. I spent half my time hiding from adults, and now...
She stood up.
Just take care of this, please. I need to go.
Then she walked away into the kitchen. Whoa, wait! I followed after her, but the girl was gone. She vanished in the thin air. What the hell? I looked back at Amanda, who looked as confused as me.
What was she talking about?
Amanda asked as the paramedics and other officers walked into the house. I have no idea. A TV
flicked on,
showing a news report. Now on a main story. A house burned down last night after renovators had finished replacing the wallpaper. This house was where 14-year-old Hazley Smith and James Watterson were murdered. Not much of it known about the fire as of now. This is James, signing off. It clicked off as a young girl stood up from a bed she was sitting on.
I haven't been outside for so long. I haven't eaten either. This is weird.
She looked at her light gray hand. They were still stained with red from many years earlier.
I'm a monster, but she's being so nice to me.
Shadow Whisper's point of view.
I looked around Miss Chari's guest room. When the fire started, I was scared because I couldn't leave. But then the explosion happened, and I woke up in the woods. The woods were dark and scared me, so I ran out of them, running to Miss Chari. She was a young lady. She took in things like me. I don't know why, but she was very nice. Miss Chari, I said, poking my head out of the room. Lights weren't working, and my lack of 2 eyes didn't help seeing down the hallway either. But hey, what can you do? Is it already?
Almost, Hazley,
she yelled back. Hazley. I was just calling that. Most of the time people call me Shadow or Whisper, and of course Shadow Whisper.
I hope you don't mind mushrooms.
I'm not a fan, but I'll try. I despise mushrooms. Not as much as mirror knives, but still.
Okay, you can come down.
She got cut off by a knock at the door.
Calm down, Hazley. I'll be right there.
I slowly walked down the stair walked down the hallway towards the stairs. "Look, Miss Cherry, I got her all by myself!" The voice of a young boy rang out. I was confused, but went down the spiral staircase. At the bottom I saw Miss Cherry with her chocolate brown hair and ash gray eyes. By the door was this boy. His clothes were mostly orange. He wore a lot of bandages. His hair was long and a weird color I can't really explain. He spotted me somehow. "Oh, who's that?"
Oh, that's Hazley, although she likes to be called Shadow or Whisper.
That's another thing that Miss Cherry, weirds me out. She just knows things about us. But hey, I'm dead. Hi, Shadow, I'm Golf.
The boy waddled in.
You should meet my friends sometime. They're really nice. Well, most of them anyway.
He laughed a bit, rubbing his head.
Anyway, we ran out of bread, and I was wondering if you had any left. It's fine if you don't. No one really wants to leave the place to get some from town.
Oh, well, of course I have some bread left. Now, I will go get some. Hazley, you go sit down, girl. You haven't eaten a thing in years. No, you have not.
She walked to the kitchen, and I went and sat down on the couch.
No one's point of view. Shadow sat on the bed of a hotel. Her and Miss Cherry had been in another country, and Shadow had been left alone to her own devices. She wasn't planning on leaving, as she had enough people stare at her when they had first come into this hotel. Boredly, she flipped on the TV, and the first few words caused her to seize up in fear.
"The infamous Miss Jackson has struck again, this time killing a family of 5.
The words passed through dead ears. Not intended. As Shadow grabbed the laptop Miss Cherry gave her to her a few weeks prior. Shakily, she typed in the words, Miss Jackson, Oregon. She got surprisingly few results, only one catching her eye. Clicking it, Shadow read the small info in the preview.
Killer loose in Oregon. Body count guessed to be at least 30.
She read aloud, staring at the screen, as the entire article loaded up.
The killer, known simply as Miss Jackson, has been active for 5 years. The first victim, Theodore Ronnie, was found killed with his kitchen knife. The words Jackson was written on the walls in his own blood. The door clicked, causing Shadow to look over. A stranger had entered the hotel. Miss Cherry followed after them. "Ah, Hazley, I would like you to meet a friend of mine. An old friend of mine. Jackie." The stranger, who wore a green hoodie, looked over. His skin was pale and his eyes were cold and blue. "Hi," he said, looking around. "So you're here till when?" Shadow blocked out the conversation and continued to read the article. This was just the first of many brutal murders that are still going. The killer doesn't leave any sort of evidence with them, so it's possible to discover who they are, even with the help of a single survivor. Anyone who might have an idea is recommended to report it to the police. The article ended there. Shadow bookmarked the page before closing the computer. Kiddo. She jumped and looked over to see Miss Cherry had left, leaving her and Jackie alone. He'd taken off his hoodie, showing a black t-shirt. Scruffy black hair was also shown. Yeah?
Shadow got off the bed and looked over at him.
What?
He got a lot paler there for a second. He walked over. Shadow then saw something in his arms. They looked like multiple cuts, along with one across his neck. And more dead. He looked at the TV, which was still talking about the story. Clicking his tongue, Jackie said, "They couldn't catch her when the survivor was blowing top. What makes us think they can catch her now?"
Well,
Shadow froze.
I don't know.
She stared at the wall, before hearing something shatter in the bedroom Miss Cherry was staying in. No one's point of view. A horrified silence filled the room Shadow and Jackie sat in. Neither of them dared to move. Slowly and shakily, Shadow snapped her fingers, summoning a shadow mouse. She pointed at the room and sent the creature to see what was in there. The mouse took one look into the room before sprinting back to its creator. "Oh, God," Jackie mumbled before grabbing a convenient piece of wood. "Please don't be." He stood up and slowly approached the room. Shadow grabbed a lamp off the nightstand and scared him.
You first or me?
She asked, looking at Jackie. You're already dead, so... Jackie backed away, allowing the ghost to look into the room. The side of the room was a person. They were facing toward Shadow, but a mask covered the top half of their face. From what could be made out, Her hair was in a ponytail. They had a sweater on, some shorts, and along with some shoes.
Oh, she did bring a friend this time. You know, Jackie, you ought to turn up a little fun of yourself sometime.
The stranger, who was clearly female, walked into view.
Anyway, kid, what's your name?
Shadow's words caught in her throat. Soldering knife, previously hidden in the shadows, hanging off her waist.
It, it's,
Jackie stood in front of her. That doesn't matter, Jackson. Hatred spat out his voice as he glared at her.
Oh, now, Jackie.
Jackson pulled out her mask, laughing at Jackie.
That isn't the way to treat your sister, is it?
No one's point of view. Jackie glared at Jackson, motioning Shadow farther back. You aren't my sister. You never were, never will be.
Oh.
Oh, you came earlier than I thought you would. Miss Chari appeared at the door, smiling. Jackie, will you please go take Shadow out for my ice cream? She hasn't had any in a very long time. Shadow's point of view. Sure.
Jackie grabbed my hand and walked out with me. I didn't argue.
After some silence, I took a deep breath, and Jackie looked down. A skirt?
Yeah?
I asked, looking up at him. You okay?
Knives are scary.
Also, you still have the lamp.
It's my lamp now.
Anyway, but
Mint chocolate chip.
okay. After some chit-chat, we found
ourselves an ice cream shop. We walked in, seeing a few people in it. Some looked at us when the bell jingled. Only one person didn't look away. I ignored the person. Well, Jackie shot him a glare. We walked up to the counter, and a young girl skipped up to the register. Hi, welcome to His on Cream. May I take your order?
Jackie motioned me for talk.
Double scoop chocolate, please.
She nodded before turning to Jackie.
And you?
Jackie made his order. We got our ice cream and sat down. The guy staring at us stood up, paid for his ice cream, and left, never taking his eyes off us.
Is it normal for someone's nose to be bleeding that much?
We sat in silence after that.